Alright guys, y'all can see what I'm working on in the background. I am working on Rhino now, the rear axle. I'm needing to replace some bearings and some races in it. I went ahead and, sorry I didn't put it in the video, but I went ahead and took out the yoke, took out the drive shaft, opened up the differential, you know, you see it open right now, and took out the carrier, took out the pinion with the bearings, and it's gonna kind of be a quick video. It's not a how-to video or anything like that. It just let y'all know the update on this truck. So let's get into it. Alright y'all, so here it is, the carrier on my workbench. Look through the bearings and everything. The bearings on the carrier are perfect. They're pretty good. Look through all the teeth and have no chipping on the gears. No chipping at all. But we do have an issue with the pinion bearings. So if you can see right here, this is way loose. It's not supposed to be this loose. It even fell off. Wow. So I'm gonna have to replace that bearing for sure with the race, because if the bearing's bad, of course you know the race is bad too. Make sure keep all your spacing right. This bearing, well, both bearings, you can see, man, they're pretty bad. They have some pits. They have pit marks in them. Every single one of them has pit marks. So they are gonna need to be replaced. All right, y'all. I know y'all can see in there. I knocked out the races with a piece of pipe and a small sledgehammer's right there. And there goes that piece of pipe that I hit it out. Both races out. You have a pretty good grip, because if you can see right here, and it has a groove right there, groove on top. Same thing for the other race, for the yoke and pinion in the front. So they're not that hard to knock out. Alright, so here it is, both bearings, both races. Knocked them out already. Man, look at this. Look at all those pits and grooves. That's to the outer, and you already know this is gonna need to be replaced also, because the cage falls off, and this one has pits, and this one doesn't look too bad in some places, but it does have pits, but it does look horrible in some other places. So went ahead and took the pinion and got the bearing pressed out and the new one pressed in. Here's the new one for the front. It did have a small shim in there, and I kept the shim. I'm keeping all the shims. All the shims are good. I checked for cracks and everything, and all the shims are good. That shim right there. But I'm gonna have to put this on, slip it through the differential, and then come from the other side and slip this on to this side. That's good knowing that. Struggling, put it on, lets you know it's a tight fit. And the shim, and then the yoke, and then the yoke screw, yoke nut. So that's where we're at right now. But one thing I did forget to get a crush sleeve. You do need these. These actually go on before the bearing. Yeah, so now we're just preparing our outer race to be putting some grease on it. Make sure the grease is all the way around. Put some grease around there, and let's set it in like that. I can't do it with two hands, but I'm gonna have to get the old race and hit it with the hammer to hit it in. So I'm gonna knock that out right now. Alright, so there goes the race already in there, and we're putting in putting in the bearing, putting in the shim that was there before. You could just let it hang like that, and then after that putting the seal on. So I made sure I cleaned up around the edges and around inside real good, and I greased it up to help it go in. And the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna get a board, flat board, and I'm gonna hit the board with this hammer. I'm gonna tap lightly on the board until the seal sits in good. Alright, seal sitting in perfect, and go ahead and adjust this to make sure the pinion goes all the way through the right way. Alright, after the pinion goes through, I went ahead and put the nut on, and what you're gonna have to do is maybe you can see it good. See one of these is called Torsion Beam. The thing says it's a torque wrench, but you want one that shows your scale, your inch pounds, right here on the left side. I mean right side, sorry. And so basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to put your pinion preload. So that means whenever you put this on, it's gonna show you some deflection. So, and what it's supposed to do is whenever you have new races and new bearings, you put your crush sleeve on. It's one thing I forgot to mention. Your crush sleeve, once you have it at the right one, if you had to redo it, you have to buy a new crush sleeve. So basically what this does, it tells you how hard it is to churn the yoke. And it with new ones, I think it's supposed to be like 16 to 25 inch pounds that it takes in order to churn it, and went ahead and set it at 22. So we're good right now on that. Alright, sorry for the part that I skipped. I had some company that was over. So I used a gauge to set my backlash. It's like at 8 thousandths or something like that, I forgot. But because I did it and left it alone instead of recording it, I was inside the house. So now one thing I forgot to mention also is torquing these down to 80 foot-pounds. Supposed to be 77, but went ahead and torqued them to 80. Some people say 80, some people say 77, so I just set mine at 80. I went ahead and put the flange bolts and the flanges back on the U-joint that connected it to the pinion. Good to go on this side. Cleaned up the previous mating surfaces with the differential cover. Bought a new gasket and put it on, and I didn't clean it too good on the outside, but the inside is real clean, and everything's bolted up. I already put the fluid in, and now gonna get ready for a test drive. Alright, here we are a couple days later. I went ahead and took the truck for a test drive, and really I've been taking the truck to work lately, and everything seems more smooth. It shifts a lot better, a lot smoother, but the only thing is I am having a slight vibration, only because I do need to adjust the pinion angle on this thing. Ever since I lifted the truck, I've never had a chance to correct the pinion angle. Probably the reason why I had this problem from the get-go. So that might be on another video if I have a chance, but I have a whole bunch of things that I gotta take care of, so I might not have a chance to do a video on that. So if anything, just catch you on the next one, and y'all have a good one.